In this video, I'm going to show you how to add overlays to your Figma prototype. Let's get started. So to get started, I'm opening up a project that I'm currently working on. This is a messages app that I'm currently designing in Figma. So far, I have the messages page, which has a list of contacts that are online right now, and then a list of messages. I'm going to want to add some interactivity to this prototype, so when the user taps on one of the contacts, a modal pops up with some information about that contact, and then also a quick way to write a message to them. I already have the modal design right here, and I called it Contacts Overlay. So in order to add some interactivity to this prototype, first you have to go to the prototype section, which is in the right-hand corner. And then you're going to select what you want to be interactive. So right now I have this one profile that I have as interactive. So I'm going to double tap on this layer. This is actually a frame I have right now. I'm going to double tap again to reach that particular contact. Then this blue dot appears. I'm going to take that blue dot and drag it over to that overlay. When I do, the prototype panel changes, so it's asking me for what kind of interaction I want it to be, and then the kind of animation. Initially, Figma assumes certain properties, so it is assuming that on tap, I want it to bring the user to that page. But I don't want it to navigate to that page, I actually want it to open the overlay. So I'm going to go to Open Overlay, and now you can see an instance of it is actually visible on the screen. For now, I'm going to leave on tap the same, but you can also say on drag while hovering or other kind of effects. And then for the overlay side, we can say how we want this overlay to appear. I have it as manual right now, but you can also pin it to different areas of the page, like the bottom right, the top center, or other areas of the page. We'll start with center at first, just to see what that looks like. And then close when clicking outside is selected, so if I tap outside of the modal, it will dismiss it. And then I also want to add that background behind the overlay, so that's selected and it's 50% black. Then there's also some default animation, so it's moving in with an ease out of 300 milliseconds of a certain kind of animation. So let's just see the default behavior. We can just play it. So when I tap on this contact, this modal appears. It animates from the right towards the left at 300 milliseconds, and there is an overlay. If I tap on the overlay, the modal disappears. I'm going to want to make some modifications to this, so again, I'm going to go back into Figma. Maybe instead of it being centered, I'm going to make it manual. So here I will actually place it right around here. And then I'm going to want to change the animation. So instead of it being a move in animation, I'm going to want it to be a dissolve. And instead of an ease out, I'll do ease in out. So let's see how that looks. I refresh the prototype. And now when I tap on it, it's much more natural. And when I tap, it all disappears. Now I'm going to make some other modifications. I'm just going to increase the darkness of that overlay behind so the modal stands out a little bit more. And then instead of saying on tap, I'll say on touch down so we can see what that looks like. Again, I'll play it. So on touch down, this appears. That overlay looks a little bit too dark now, so instead I'm going to go back and make it a little bit lighter. And again, you can add a lot of different other modifications to this. You can make it pinned on a certain area of the screen. So we can change different qualities about it, where it's located, the type of animation, how long it takes. So that's how I add overlays to my Figma prototypes. Please let me know if you have any questions about the topic, and subscribe to stay up to date with my latest content. Thanks for watching!